What's up guys, and welcome back to my first video in like 6 weeks or so. Reason being is I've just been lazy and, like a lot of people, just mildly depressed with just the whole situation really. Missed the gym, home workouts suck. It's nothing like training properly with real facilities and that sort of atmosphere. But yeah, I'm just going to go over what I've been doing recently. So I pretty much stopped training 6 weeks ago. Pretty much full stop. Like, I haven't done a weight session until this week. I've just started back up. Reason being is I just didn't have the motivation to, and I just wanted a break from training, to be honest, like just a break from everything. I've been doing like weight training for well over 10 years, and this is the longest break I've ever had from weight training, and it's been nice, to be honest. It's just been nice to have a break, relax from it. I mean, at the moment I'm not going to be making any crazy gains or anything anyway. I don't have any heavy weights to move around. The only thing I could be doing is shredding down, which, with no competitions in sight, I don't see the point in putting myself through that big of a cycle and that much pressure in my body for what? For nothing really. So I've had a break from training, had a break from like extreme dieting anyway. I've just been dieting moderately, eating sort of what I want, when I want. I think I've gained about like 10 pounds of fat, which is so easy for me to get rid of, and that's what I'll be doing over the next few months because of Boris made his announcement, but we'll go into that in a minute. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed not training, just sort of relaxing. I've just been doing more cardio, been going out on my push bike and doing some sprint training on my bike. I've really enjoyed doing that a lot. I've been hitting the stairs in my apartments, so there's 11 stories. I've been going up and down them, trying to boost my cardio a little bit for when we can go back to weights like in a gym at some point. It could be who knows when. At least my cardio will be a lot better than it has been before. It's already improving a lot. My cycle, while doing no weight training whatsoever, has basically been a cruise of 200 test SIP, 100 Trinity. The reason I have the tren in there is because I don't want to lose any mass. And that 100 tren a week is not enough to give me any real side effects whatsoever. I'm not taking any AI as well at the moment. I haven't taken any in 8 weeks. I haven't needed to because my dose is really low. I feel really good. I've not lost any muscle mass from not training whatsoever. I've just put on a bit of body fat and lost some definition because I cut out like the Primo, the Winstrol, the Proviron, and my dose is like 1/3 of what they were before. So I was on 300 Tren Ace, 300 tests prop, 300 Primo, and then I was on 50 milligrams of Winstrol and 50 milligrams of Proviron a day. When I'm not at a gym and there's no contest to go to, that's just pointless. So I just scrapped that, dropped to 200 test, 100 tren, and I've gone from there. And literally not lost, even on my legs I thought I'd lose like some mass. Really not lost any. It's kind of just shows how, it's partly my genetics and just partly shows how strong drugs are, you know, what effect they can have. So I'm pretty happy that I've maintained everything, but now I want to try to, so basically Boris's announcement was that, well, it was a bit of fucking mumbo jumbo really, wasn't it? It didn't really make any sense. But people are allowed to go back to work, so like manual labour jobs. Construction never stopped anyway. So things are sort of getting back to normal, but things like restaurants and gyms, in the UK at least, are going to be shut for a long, long time. I know New Zealand, like, they open up in a week because they started their lockdown way earlier. So it's just like we, in the UK, fucked it all up really. And like, it could be that like we don't get a gym available to us again until like October. So obviously I can't not train for that long because you will start to lose muscle mass and I'll just end up wanting to kill myself. Like, I've got the urge to train again now. Like, for the last 6 weeks I've had no urge to train. I haven't really had the motivation to train. And then as of this week I was like, right, I'm gonna get back into it. I've done some nice shoulder pump sessions, some chest workouts. This weekend I'm getting a barbell from now travel restrictions have been lifted a lot. So my parents live like an hour's drive away. You've not been allowed to do any real, you're not supposed to drive long distances, or haven't been, but now they've lifted that. So we're gonna go and pick up an extra like 30 kilos of weights and a barbell. So I can actually do some proper workouts now. So that's actually, you know, gonna motivate me to actually train. With 2 10-kilo dumbbells and some resistant bands, you can do so much, but like, I couldn't train back properly. You can train legs for like a pump workout, but you can't get any real, you need decent resistance to get a good leg workout in. So now we can do that. I'm gonna do more training videos again, many more cooking videos and stuff too. I've just wanted a break basically, and I had one. And obviously, as this lockdown's not going to end anytime soon for a lot of people, I figure I'll start making some content that will hopefully motivate some people to train again like I have. I know loads of people have lost their motivation, just completely given up on training, given up on diet, and I can completely understand what, I think the part of the problem is with home workouts. The gym is a place separate from your home where you go specifically to do weights. And there's this psychological thing, I did a bit of reading on this, because when I first started working for myself, I found that I was so fucking unproductive. I would just really struggle to motivate myself to get to do work. And I realised it's because I was sitting down at my desk, where I associate with playing games and relaxing and just scrolling through Facebook and Instagram. And I'd find it really hard to not want to do those things in that space. And all I did was I simply got my tablet and went and sat somewhere else in the flat, and I just designated that area for work. And then I just did work. I was so much more productive. And I think that's the thing. In your home, you sort of base it as like relaxation. You know, it's time where you don't want to work. You go to the gym to train. You don't want to train at home. You associate it with something different. So in your head, you're never there mentally. It's also just way too easy in your own home just to sit down between a set and not get up and just put Netflix on. Like, we've done that a few times when we were training. So yeah, it's just that thing. You kind of just have to force yourself to do it. I wrote a plan for myself, just so that it's written down. I'm like, okay, I've got to do this, and this. And it stops you just giving up halfway through because you lack motivation. If it's written down in front of you, that's a big motivational help as well. But yeah, I think that's the biggest problem for people with home training is lack of kit is quite a big one, obviously. But even people who've got like proper home gyms, I think are struggling because it's just not that atmosphere you get in a gym. You're not training around other people. You want to show off in a gym as well, and it actually makes you train harder. So though you may be training at home, the intensity might not be the same. There's all these different factors in it. So now I've had my nice 6-week break, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. I'm pushing back into it, so there'll be some more videos, especially cooking. Another thing people struggle with when being at home all the time is it's way too easy to eat shit food, right? Your fridge is just there all the time, beckoning you. When you're bored, which a lot of people are at the moment being furloughed, you go and eat. When you feel shit, you go and eat. Whereas when you're at work or doing something, your mind's preoccupied. You don't want to eat so badly, or you don't even think about eating, right? When I was working a lot, I'd eat less than when I was at home, easily. The way we've worked around this, and me and Amy have got over this, because before at the start, we were really eating terribly, and eating like way too much, is we've just done intermittent fasting. So if you tell yourself you can only eat between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. each day, and the rest of the day you're just not allowed to eat, it's just that mental wall in your head that's like, okay, it's 1 p.m, I'm not allowed to eat yet. It's 2 p.m, I can't eat yet. Oh, it's 8 p.m, I've had my time to eat, I can't eat now. And you just eat all your daily calories in that time period. It's actually a really effective way to lose weight or maintain weight. It's damn healthy. Like, intermittent fasting is really good for you. So there's loads of studies to prove this. It's not ideal for muscle gain, but for general life now, I think intermittent fasting is probably one of the best sort of diets you can do. And it's how I haven't managed to get like too crazy overweight, because I'm just telling myself, right, well, I'm just going to eat 2 big meals a day between 3 and 7, all protein and veg, and then that's it. And the thing with that is as well, you shrink your stomach so much. So if people are moaning about being hungry, if you intermittent fast and push it back half an hour every single day, your stomach will shrink and you won't get as hungry. And then when you come to your 4-hour eating window, you can't even eat as much as you, like 2,000 calories you might not even be able to get in because your stomach has shrunk that much. So I think that's a really good way of calorie control. And if you've been struggling with diet recently, give intermittent fasting a go. It's really effective. And one final thing, I've got some positive news too. Like, I got a job as a personal trainer in a really good bodybuilding style gym, a small one, really close to me. The kit they have is amazing. Everyone there seems really nice. It's a serious like lifting gym. People go there to actually make gains. They don't go there to walk on the treadmill and type on their phone and get in the way. Like, everyone who goes in there is going there to, you know, make good progress or is actually competing. So it's the perfect place for me to make really good progress and do PT as well. The problem with Pure Gym was I think people were almost scared of me, or like, well, I don't want to look that big, so they never even bothered trying to talk to me, or they hired the skinnier PTs. Whereas in a bodybuilding gym, obviously it's going to be a lot better for me. So there's that to look forward to. It's just, when is that going to be? So for now, I'm just gonna have to improve my home workouts, improve the intensity, and all that sort of thing. I was gonna start doing some live streaming on Instagram of some training or even classes for people to follow along to if they're really struggling for motivation. But yeah, if you're out there and you've lost your mojo, you're not alone. Like, it's happened to everybody. Like, I think people who are posting that, oh, I've not lost my motivation, I'm still training hard, this, that, and the other. They fucking either own a gym, they have access to a private gym, or like their life hasn't really actually been affected by this much. And it's all such fucking bullshit. Like, a lot of these people on Instagram, like they're working out from their home gyms. Like, a lot of people don't have that access. So for the vast majority of people, a lack of motivation, getting down, getting out of shape is just so common right now. So if you want some help with a plan or some kind of structure to follow, just give me a DM on Instagram. It's literally what I do for my job. So I'll hopefully have to help you out with that. Diets and stuff. Diet at the moment is the most important thing you can do. Especially if your training's limited, you really need to control your calories. Otherwise, you could very easily just get overweight. Even me, who's been watching my food a bit, I've still gained some fat because my training hasn't been there, so I need to cut it back even more. But anyway, that's about all I have to say today. Thanks for watching, and I will be posting more videos with actual content, like some training, some cooking, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.